Hello, everybody. Dave D here from DaveD.com, where we help small business owners increase their sales and profits without increasing their advertising expense or without spending more time in their business. And this is the final episode here, episode number 4 of how to generate high quality leads in troubled times. And this is one of the most important things I'm going to share with you here today because it's really all about capturing the information that you need in order to close the sale. Now, maybe that information, maybe the person is coming to your website, or maybe they're calling you on the telephone. Whatever the scenario is, here is what specifically that you need to do. And it really can translate to either of those particular scenarios. You need a script. Now, the script can either be a phone script that the person who's answering your phone follows every single time, or it can be a questionnaire that someone needs to fill out in order to book a consultation with you. But the idea behind it is the same. You need to take control immediately of what's going on with your prospect, whether they're calling you on the phone or whether they are coming to your website. Maybe they watched a webinar or something that you did, or they watched a sales video. Now you want to collect information. And by being in control and collecting mission critical information, you're going to close a lot more sales. And today, in today's economic climate, where we cannot waste website visitors and we cannot waste leads that give us a phone, call us on the telephone, we need to capture their information. And so I'm going to give you some basic ideas, a basic template that you can follow. And then you're going to have to obviously modify it for your business. But I'm telling you, this seems like a little thing, but it's really a big thing. In the previous videos, I talked a little bit about back in the day when I was a magician and I had a phone script. And that's how I really started closing a lot of sales. You see, I was generating leads, but I wasn't closing the sale. So I started following the particular phone script and everything changed for me. The whole first question of, well, how much is this going to cost completely went away. And my closing percentage went way, way up. So here are some ideas that you want to incorporate into your phone script or into your questionnaire online. The first is you want to write down, of course, the date. So whenever you get a phone call, person who's answering the phone needs to put in what the date is. And then, of course, you want to capture the person's first name and last name. So these are the first questions that you want to be asking people. The next thing is you want to find out, hey, well, how did you hear about us? Now, again, you can do that online with a form. You can also do it over the telephone, and you actually have a form that you fill out. So I have these forms on my desk every time someone called, so I can just go through these questions. Okay. And then you ask if they've ever bought anything like it before. Well, have you ever, let's say you're selling, for example, online, selling Facebook advertising, right? And you're going to help people put their Facebook campaigns together. Well, have you ever worked with another agency? Have you done any Facebook advertising? Questions of that nature. Then the next question you want to ask them, were you happy with it? Were you happy with the results that you got from it? Now, by the way, they may have been happy with the results they got from another vendor or somebody else, but that person went out of business, dropped off. And then if you find out, if you say that if they answer, yes, I was really happy about it, and say, well, what were you most pleased about the service? If they say, no, I wasn't happy about it, say, well, what were you disappointed with in the service? Do you see, by asking these questions, you're figuring out and determining exactly, number one, if the prospect's right for you. And then number two, how you can best sell them, how you can best close them. And then you want to say, well, when were you thinking about getting this done? Right? So are you thinking about getting your Facebook advertising soon? Or are you, if the person says, well, I'm thinking about getting it done in a year from now, you probably don't want to waste a lot of time with this prospect. If the prospect says, hey, I wanted to do this yesterday and I've got the funds to do it, obviously that's going to change the sales conversation. All right. And then you just ask additional questions, any questions that you need to get the answers to really see if you can help the prospect out. And then you go for the close. So for example, let's say you would say, one of the questions I would ask in the scenario that we're doing here is, who else other than yourself would be involved in making the decision to hire an agency for Facebook advertising, right? So if the person says it's only me, then you simply say fantastic, and then you set up the consultation with them. If the person says, well, I've got to talk to my partner Bob, your follow-up would be, when would be the best time to talk to you and Bob? Because we've got a number of different options that we can offer you in different price ranges, right? So do you see how that works? You want to ask these series of questions up front. Now, again, I don't know your business in particular, so you've got to script them out. But I'm telling you, if you have just the most basic phone script in place, you're going to close more sales, and you got to train your team to use it. Or if you've got it online, well, then it's obviously automatic. So just yesterday, we did a live broadcast, a live training with Sam, who's the executive director of the More Leads division of my company, where it's a very boutique type of thing where we generate leads for folks. And we did an entire training. And at the end, we said, okay, if you're interested, then go to daved.com/leads. So someone would fill out an application. They would pick a time, but then they'd have to meet all of this criteria. It was a questionnaire that went on afterwards, where we asked them a bunch of questions that they need to answer yes to in order for us to even do the call with them. And then when we do the call with them, we've got all of the answers that we need in order to make that call really productive. So if you don't have a survey or a questionnaire or a phone script that you're using every single time when you come in contact with a prospect, that is a leaky hole in your bucket. And today, in today's economic climate, with what's going on, we cannot have leaky holes. So this doesn't have to be complicated, right? Imperfect action is better than perfect planning. We need to take action. So take a couple minutes right now and record and create this questionnaire, and then train your team to use it every single time they get a phone call. And you'll automatically increase your sales, and it won't cost you another penny in marketing. If you like this video and you're watching this on Facebook, please like the video and then share it. If you're watching on YouTube, also give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get a really cool free report about how you can go from one-to-one selling to one-to-many selling and get my daily D-mail newsletter, go to www.daved.com. It's all free. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.